Hi traders, this is Cynthia of Day Trade Forex bringing you a short video to explain the features of my new Easy Color Advanced Trend and Flat system, which includes all of the indicators and features of the basic system, but there's some extra features and indicators that I think are really wonderful for the more advanced trader. So I wouldn't recommend this for a beginning trader, but for an intermediate or advanced trader, you're probably going to just love the features. So first of all, this is the end of the day on a Friday, so the trading day is already over. And we're looking at a pound Aussie M30 chart. And here at the end of the trading day on a Friday, you can basically, I just want to explain to go over some of the basic features first, because those are the foundation for the advanced system. And as you know from previous videos, we're trading according to the direction of the colored box. So this is a red box, so we're only going to be taking short trades. This is a blue box, so we're only going to be taking long trades. Now, one of the features of the advanced is my Fibonacci retracement tool, and is one of my most favorite Forex MT4 indicators, because I love Fibonacci. I love trading retracements, and to have these retracement lines drawn automatically on your chart for you as the trend changes and as the price changes is absolutely awesome. So here are the Fibonacci lines on the far right. Because we're in an uptrend, the Fibonacci lines are green. So you can see the Fibonacci levels here: 61.8, 50, 38.2, 23.6. They're all in green. That means we're in an uptrend. However, because it's a retracement tool, this box here is showing you that we're in a retracement. The retracement is a downtrend. So all of this has been basically a downtrend. We're still considered in a downtrend when the blue box is blue, which is indicating the overall general trend. We've been in a retracement here. So this is the Fibonacci retracement box. It will go away when the price starts going back up again. This will disappear. And the pullback is very, very important. Basically, right about here is where the price pulled back to 38.2, which is just an average medium deep pullback. A very shallow pullback would be 23.6. A more deep pullback would be 50.0, or really deep pullback is 61.8. The depth of the pullback is really important, because the deeper the pullback, the stronger it's going to resume in the main trend direction. The less deep a pullback, meaning a shallow pullback to only a 23.6 or a 38.2, means that the uptrend, when it resumes, will not be very strong. So the deeper the pullback, it's like a slingshot. When you pull back on a slingshot, the further you pull it back and stretch the price, or stretch it, and then you let it go, the rock in the slingshot zooms off and goes farther and faster and stronger. And Fibonacci retracement is exactly the same principle. So the deeper the pullback, the more strongly it's going to resume in the main trend direction. The next feature is I've also included the key level indicator, which draws automatically on your chart the major key levels spaced 25 pips apart. And any key level that ends in 00 will be this dashed magenta line, and then you'll see dashed green lines for every 25 pips. So basically you can see that between the magenta line here and this magenta line, it's basically 100 pips. The magenta lines are spaced every 100 pips apart. When you're trading in a 30-minute chart or the higher time frame, those are always my targets. And it's absolutely uncanny how the 25 pip targets are met. When you're trading in the faster, lower time frames, you would trade between the 25 pip key level targets, but in the higher time frames, your targets will always be the 100 pip key level ending in 00 or even 50. So I've included those two indicators, which are actually from my advanced color ribbon surfing system. I included them in this trading system because they are two of my most favorite indicators, and this gives you an opportunity to purchase them along with all the other indicators in the advanced system here. So I'm going to work backwards to the beginning of the trading day because this is the end of the trading day, and I'm going to explain what I saw going back before. This is yesterday's trading day. This is a separation period separator here, which shows you the end of the trading day and the beginning of the next one. And the day before we were also in a downtrend, and the day before that we were also in a downtrend. So I didn't see any entries for going short, and we definitely do not want to do counter trend trades unless you're a very, very experienced trader. And at that point, even then, you can only really count on 10 to 20 pips for a counter trend trade. So trading with the trend is what this system is all about, and of course we include volatility, but this trading system specializes in showing you the flat areas using two different indicators. So I'm going to go back to where I found the first short entry here, and I'm going to explain why this was such a good entry. First of all, we have the red box, so we know that we are only going to be looking at sell situations, sell opportunities. And the first opportunity comes when this signal line gives you a magenta big dot. The SAR dots up here have turned magenta, and you get a big red arrow. That's your sell entry arrow alert. And all three of these indicators do give you a pop-up alert. So if you miss one, and they're all timed just a tiny bit differently, but pretty much they'll happen all at the same time. So if you get one of these, then come and look at the chart, and your eye needs to travel down to see what's happening in the bottom windows below. The first window, we have my colored RSI, and there's a 30, 50, and 70 dashed line in the RSI box. And of course magenta means the volatility is going down, and aqua RSI means the volatility is going up. And normally we only want to place the trade if the volatility is for a short trade, for a sell trade. Also in this window we have the flat trend indicator, and that's the gray bar here. Any of these gray bars indicate a flat trend, and if it's a red bar, that's a good sell indicator, or a green bar is a good buy indicator. However, we have to remember that when you're trading with color, all of the indicators are color coded and they all need to agree. And the volatility is something that we take into consideration also, because volatility is what pushes the price in our desired direction in a really fast way so that we can be in and out with our pips. And nothing is worse than sitting in a flat market. So a flat market without volatility is just, it's a killer for any forex trader, as you well know if you've been there and done that, and we all have. So this is my volatility box number one. This is my volatility box number two. This box has what's called the zero lag MACD, and I have it with special settings. So we have a zero line. This is the silver zero line, and this is the signal line, the black line. So when the black line crosses the silver line, which is zero, that's a change of trend. And it can also be a sell entry. So as long as this black line is underneath the zero line, it's good to go for a sell trade. So this very first trade, everything lined up, everything was pink or red, and the volatility was good because the RSI has broken past the 50 line and is going down. So the relative strength is very good, and the MACD is showing a very strong downtrend. So this was a perfect sell entry, and that gained 35 pips from anywhere to right about here's, well, it's 35 to 55 pips depending on your entry or exit. So now the exit is very clearly defined because you'll see the candles will turn color for one thing, and that indicates a retracement. Then you look down and you see if the trend bars have turned gray, which means we're in a flat trade time. So all of this right in here is flat. So there's no reason to be sitting in a flat trade. You could have actually, when you saw this green candle, when it turned from red to green, drop your eye down. If this bar here is turned gray, that's a great little exit point. Here we waited another hour and maybe gave up some pips. So you know, now down here in the MACD, it's really, you could consider this oversold. It's scraping the bottom here and starting to turn back up. By the time this green candle appears and you have the flat gray bar, the MACD is turning up. That means the trend is changing. So, and this tells us that the trend and the RSI is turned aqua from oversold. So all of that, I have multiple confirmations that the trend is ending and to get out. Now, interestingly enough, this trend actually was resuming two bars later because the SAR dots are still hot pink and we're still in a red box, and the candles and the signal, everything is still short. Everything is still saying to sell, but we just needed to get out of this flat trend area before we took another sell entry. And so here was the perfect sell entry. Everything was perfect. The RSI is below the 50 RSI line, sitting on the 30, and here the MACD just during this flat time had come up. This was showing a trend reversal, but it just was barely kissing the gray line. So it stayed kissing the gray line for a whole hour, but it never crossed up. If it had crossed up, that would have been an early indication that the trend was changing and going to the upside. However, it just kissed and went flat and then turned back down again. So by the time we get all of this, the red candle, everything turned pink. This MACD was down, heading down again. So that was a perfect confirmation that the trend is still going down, and we have a new opportunity to jump in short here. So you could have jumped in short here for a second trade on this long trend down. And it looks like somewhere around here we gained 50 pips. There's 63. If you had waited to get out here, that's right around 40 or 50, around 50 pips. So your early warning, this is your reversal, early reversal arrow that warns you that possibly the trend is going to reverse. The RSI is oversold and has turned aqua, and the MACD is just barely starting to turn back up again. But anywhere in here, and then here you get the gray bar, the flat bar, the gray flat bar. So anywhere in here would have been a perfect time to get out. Then you definitely, even though the MACD is crossed the zero line, It's just an early alert that the trend has changed in a major way. So all of this is flat consolidation. Look at how many gray bars you have. The RSI is turning up and it's aqua. The MACD has crossed above the zero signal line and going up. All these two things tell you that even though you're in a flat consolidation area, the future trend is going up. And you definitely would not be entering here going long because everything is, you're still in a red box. All of the colors are a mixed bag. You never trade, never initiate a trade when the colors are mixed. And if you're already in a trade and the colors become mixed like this, definitely exit. So the next trading day started right here when the period separator. So this was 5 p.m. On the 20th, and this is the beginning of the new trading day at 5 p.m. Eastern. The boxes turned blue. That means the trend is going up, and we're only going to be considering buy trades. Now, way back here, the MACD gave us a very early warning of the future trend, which is up. And it's definitely right here crossed above the 060 line and it's staying above the 060 line. Even though you have mixed things here and mixed things here, you don't have a clear buy signal until here, where you get the big blue arrow. That's your entry arrow, and it comes with an alert. And the candle has turned green, and you're at the bottom of the blue box, so that's perfect. This is how deep this box is, tells you the current range of the price. Now, at the beginning of the day, this blue box would have been very, very narrow. So it's telling you, the range at that part of the day, right after 5 p.m. Eastern when we're entering the Asian session. I really like to trade the pound Aussie. Any of the Aussie or New Zealand pairs combined with the pound give you some very good trade opportunities during the Asian session. So here was our first buy alert. Everything agreed. All the colors agreed. The RSI is strong and going up above the 50 RSI line, and it's aqua. The MACD is above the 060 line, even though it's a little bit flat, and it shows you it's flat here, and the price really doesn't take off until maybe this bar. So this was a really nice early safe entry. And so everything shows you right now to stay in, and all of a sudden you're rewarded with a huge price spike on this, and that's when the little reversal arrow will show up. Anytime you get a really strong push, and it would have pushed this range, and that's what created the top of this blue buy box, and this was the top of the price range. So anytime you get that of one bar that pushes up really fast and really strong, when you see the early exit alert arrow, that's a great place to take your profit. Just close your trade out, because after that it pretty much goes flat and the volatility really starts to drop off. And then see down here we go into the flat area again, and then the colors change. So if you had gotten out right at the top when this when the magenta reversal arrow, exit arrow appears, that's 150 pips roughly. If you had waited to get out when it's obvious, that the trend is changing, that's only 135 pips. So between 125 and 135, so you're giving up 20 to 30 pips almost. And the RSI down here is very overbought and has turned red and is coming down. You're in the flat gray bars. The MACD is coming way down. That's telling you, that the trend is definitely going to be changing. So we go into this flat area, which is several hours, and I'm going to scroll forward here a little bit just to look to see what happened. pretty much this is all of this is just a no trade area. Um, Even though we're in a blue box and this was a signal for going long for buying, and I put a little arrow here to show uh, what you could have interpreted as a buy trade alert. However, if you go down here and you look at the MACD already crossed below the zero line way back here. So the MACD is way under the zero line, and that's definitely a sell. That's a downtrend. It's not an uptrend. So this does not confirm. So because all of this tells you to buy, if you look at the MACD, it would say, no, 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 don't buy because the trend is down and it's very flat. And sure enough, after this big move here, we go into a consolidation time, which lasted many hours. So anytime you can get 50, 100, 150, 200 pips, just jump out of that particular market for several hours at a time, because otherwise you're going to be caught in this range, and that's such a waste of time and energy. It never feels good. It's never fun. So the next buy alert was here getting towards the end of the day. This is like mid-morning Eastern time, and you have a big blue buy arrow, and the signal line here is turned aqua, and there's a green candle. And if you look down at the volatility box, the RSI is right at the 50 line and it's aqua. So the RSI is going up. That means relative strength is increasing. Okay. And then if your eye goes down here to the MACD, the signal line is crossing right here, right at the zero. So it's a perfect buy entry, even if it's at the end of the day. This particular move didn't gain a whole lot of pips, but you know what? 30 pips is 30 pips, and there was no 20, 20 to 30 pips. Let's see, if it gotten out there, that's 30. Depends on where you got in. 20 to 30 pips, and I'll take that any time of the day, because if you place your stops down here where the SAR dots are, you were never in any trouble of getting stopped out. So the SAR dots are perfect places you can move if you're manually trading. Without a trade manager, just move your stop from dot to dot. So being in a 30-minute chart, every 30 minutes you would come and check and move your stop manually and just let it follow. And even if you weren't around to take profit at a certain point, you're going to get stopped out naturally. So the 30-minute chart only needs to be looked at, maybe once or twice an hour. The 1 hour chart, you can look at it once, twice an hour, maybe every 2 hours. The 4 hour chart, look at it every couple of hours or once every 4 hours. So just keep moving your SAR dots. However, with the advanced system, you get my easy order script, which is the trade placement, and it automatically places your initial stop and take profit according to the latest support and resistance. And I like using the easy order script in the 30-minute time frame. Even if I'm scalping in a 5 and 15-minute time frame, I'm always going to use the easy order script on the higher time frame. And also you get Cynthia's trailing EA, which is my trailing stop manager with 7 different trail types, and the PDF teaches you how to use it. So those are the special features. Of course, down here, the very last window is your the MACD multi-time frame, so you can see at a glance what all of the time frames are doing as far as being in an uptrend or a downtrend. And I personally try to always trade with the 4 hour. So this is showing that for the last 4 hours the trend has been up, and pretty much no matter what time frame I'm trading in, I'm always trading just with the 4 hour trend. I always look at this. This is what I pay attention to. So that's the short and sweet explanation of the advanced trend and flat system. And I hope you enjoyed the training. And if this is something that you need more help with or have questions with, please use the dedicated email support to send me some questions. I'm always happy to help. So thanks for watching and have a great trading day and week, and we'll talk to you in the next video.